and Zoidix run. Hopefully we're finishing this shit today. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. I'll be lucky if I get to 2000, halfway there. What I do want to do is put down another machine though. If I haven't already. Looks like I already have. There we go. The hell? Its original was 0.75. Are you kidding me? I guess that is triple overclock, but that could have been even worse. What the fuck? Point 0.75. Hmm. Let's see. That is 3.75? 3.75, I think. 2, 6, make that 7. 7.5, 7.55, somewhere around there. This says 1.88 per minute, sir. Why does that say 1.875? Hmm, suspicious. Supposedly one every 32 seconds should be printing. We'll see. Adaptive control units, I have 7 printed. It needs 7.5, so they are going to be a little bit slow, but its cycle time might keep me aight for now. Supercomputers, I need 3.5 5 or some shit like that per second. Basically 4 seconds being printed out and sent down the line. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think I have 4 coming down the line at one time. But you know what? I do have the 50 stack in there and quite a few going that way, so that's fine, I suppose. So if I'm basically making 3 a minute, that would give me 3 times, let's say 7. I'd still be 700 minutes, which is like 12 hours. Hmm. But if I was making 4, and I put another machine down and just dialed it down to make it 4 a minute, from the 2000 mark, that still gives me like 50 or 500 minutes. Hmm. I don't know. It's gonna take a long time. Let me see how many supercomputers I'm putting out. I need to be putting out like 4 a minute now. I built that system over there. Actually, I'm putting out more than 7 of the adapters. I got 7 there, and then 2 machines over there, I'm pretty sure. 1 or 2. So I'm actually good on the adaptive control units as long as everything's being properly fed. I need to be putting out 4 supercomputers a minute. I don't remember, but I remember it being weird on when I was looking at it. I did pass it up. One's coming out of that. It's 2. That's 3. And I have 1.8 is like 3.6 or something like that. And this one's not even being properly fed to produce. mm, yeah. Okay. Well, I need shit first. Good news is right below me. I see what the problem is, though, and I can fix it. So my machines are not getting components evenly because I have two machines being fed off the same line. That's a blender over here. So I have three machines. I should have just fed all three off of this same splitter. So what's happening is one's going there, one's going there, one's going there, then one's going all the way over there. That's bad. If I just do this, then one's going to go to each machine evenly, and we're not going to have 1,001 in one machine. Setting it up like that, how I have it, is good if you know you don't have enough resources to go around, or any smart converters or anything like that. But I have all of the above, and there ain't no reason to let that happen. There you go. Now all of those machines should be fed evenly. Cable and plastic. Cable's looking kind of sad. Hmm. Not coming from my cable facility. No. One machine. Interesting. Alright, well, if it ain't coming from my actual cable area, heard about it. I'm flying the wrong way. I'm not gonna run this machine right now because I don't necessarily need it because I have an overstack of supplies. But when I see that my supercomputers are needing a little pick-me-up, then I'll run this machine. we're gonna go all the way back up to this extra machine. We're going to turn this bad boy off. My machines are gonna hate that. Unfortunately, I've used all my connections for this the high speed whatchamacallits, and I'm actually just not gonna hook another line to it. Right now they're going even. If I turn the machine on, I'll just go through, fix everything beforehand. Yeah, the only thing I can really do is put a splitter down, have one of those lines lead to a splitter, and then feed two machines off one, or put a splitter up there and then feed the two machines off one. I would have to make a splitter go into a splitter and do a whole bunch of other shit to make the shit happen evenly. So I'd have to change one of these splitters and make it into like a main line like I did with those machines way over there. And then from that I would have to make three different splitters. And you know, it's not worth doing all of that. Splitters attached to splitters attached to splitters. And all of that's because there's no slider that you can slide to just say send 25% to every line and then 50% to one line. They let you do that, then you wouldn't have to do all of that crazy ass work. The only problem I'm gonna have is if I wanna up the ante, I'm gonna need a lot more high-speed connectors coming down the line. And I'm not getting enough as is, so. It looks like it's starting to stack up. I might be able to pull from it. Hmm. You're telling me you're not getting enough cable. Out of everything you could be telling me right now, say you're not getting enough cable. You must be what's connected to that one machine. Alright, you gotta actually put the splitter down first. Do this just in case I do decide to spin that machine. As Barrett said, you really shouldn't tell me the floor is too steep when I'm running a conveyor on a conveyor. It don't look good for you. Let's take a shortcut because I don't remember where exactly the cable line coming from. I just know it's over here somewhere. Look at that. Don't you dare connect there, you piece of shit. Stop. Hmm. Well, shit. I mean, it makes sense. To think about what I've done. Hmm. Hmm. That's what I don't fucking understand about this goddamn game. I sat there for like 20 minutes yesterday, ensuring that all of this shit was 100 and 10% clogging up. No problem. Get on another day, and boom, no longer clogging up. It's like somebody is hopping on my shit when I am offline and sabotaging my shit or something. It don't make no fucking sense. Yeah. Remember how much of that shit was going that way yesterday, and now it's not? Like, what the actual fuck? So it just emptied out all of my fucking machines, is what it did. So whenever you restart a fucking lobby, I guess all your machines just fuck up or some shit. Now none of my machines are being fed, which is making it do all kinds of stupid shit other places. That's annoying. It is actually annoying. Did I hook up all these machines yet? I haven't. Great. The hell? I'm past 3, right? Alright, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't these being sent up the fucking line? You're telling me you're 110% full, and you're not sending shit over to the side like you're supposed to on overclock or overflow. What's going on here? Yeah, that's not storing up either. Every time I log on, it feels like something's changed in my damn profile. And it's a pain in the fucking ass. Well, I'll definitely never be playing this game legit. Even if they add an end to it and I come back, I'm using mods. That's all I'm gonna say, because I am tired of this bullshit. It's like every time I start up the game. Because before I leave the area and all of that, I ensure that everything's fucking going like it's supposed to be going. Get to this shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, man. Yesterday, everything you did, it didn't fucking matter. Tell you what I'm gonna do. AI limiter or a supercomputer. Actually, I probably just need a crafting bench. I only got like 3 quick wire on me. Fix this problem? Okay, well, I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be attached to, but thanks. Never mind. Ain't even no question. The lines are ran. Don't worry about it, brother. Change my mind. The left side, the overflow. And we're just gonna go underneath this shit. Here, now fuck off. That's fucking ridiculous. Telling me that my shit's not functioning properly when I literally watched it yesterday and tweaked it till it worked. And during all of this extra shit, quit fucking around. Increase my cable production like it's supposed to be. Never bother me. Should have connected that merger about at the halfway point, where one line coming over feeds the back half, and then the main line coming through feeds the front half. That would have been a lot smarter to do. It's having a heart attack. Then, if I go get the materials for a smart splitter, I can make any overflow go up to that line. But this definitely works more because it's gonna go through and it's gonna send all of that shit down this line to the ones that are being starved, as opposed back up. Well, I guess that one's part of that. I need you to stop feeding that line. Five. Good enough. Most importantly, this one's getting fed semi-often. At least enough to make it fucking cycle. That's really all we're looking for right now. Now the extra's starting to slow down. Might take you off of this line too. I'm probably not going to expand this anymore that way. I'll probably just add on to that side over there. I might expand towards this end, maybe. Now there is a distinct separation between the two lines. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And the rest on that side. Any overflow that's happening from both will be sent down the line to that side and this side, so technically this shouldn't have any overflow because the overflow is being pushed there, but I guess these machines can create some. And until all of these lines start backing up, I'm just gonna leave that shit as is. Some of these machines aren't being fed. But that's because they're all fed in series. The front machine has to get fed, then the next one, next one, next one, and next one. I could easily fix this by just shoving a master splitter here, attaching that line to that, and then having it get sent merge-wise to each and every one of these. I'd have to put mergers in between them, though, and then just have one line being sent like there to those two, one to those two, and like one to the... That's how you would feed all of them evenly. Should I do it? Yes. Will I do it? Probably not. Because I still have all of this shit that's still kinda barely moving. I might just incorporate more cable. So you know what? Might do it this way. Let this store up a little bit. That's fine. I definitely could have made this better if I shortened the distance between the two. But I don't care that much. Well, that one's kind of pointless because it's only feet backward. Oh well, close enough. Everybody starved equally instead of a fat ass machine eating it all. Might as well. Now, the only problem that comes this way is I now need more ingot producing machines in order to push that factory any farther. And I am running out of leeway very quickly because I had to turn off machines. Oh, God. Last time. Really? Just go to the place I want you to go. Really, this is what we're doing. Brother. You're being annoying for no reason. I have these machines over here that aren't running all the way, I don't think. Oh, I did split a line over. The hell? It's moving, just very slowly. Well, that's good, because that just means I need to get all of these off of the same damn pun. Hmm. Okay, I have formulated it. Now all of that's just going to be sending straight down. I don't know where this is feeding, but I might as well clog its ass up too. Actually, I know exactly where that's feeding. That's feeding to a storage crate and then going to a machine. So that one's going to run for a little bit. Alright, well, that gives me a little bit more playroom. I can make more cable with. Any cable. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. It takes two melters to get enough cable for that, right? Yeah, it takes 60 wire. I might want to convert some of these uh, wire makers. Just for that, I'm gonna need, oh god, 12 more constructors. investing into your future. Yep, coming back to invest into your future again. Don't mind me just investing into your future. Could have just sent that other line here in hindsight, huh? Goddamn wires. Again, the wire should not have any fucking hitbox when using the wire tool. Or not the wire tool. The construction, well, the construction and the wire tool. There's nothing you can do to wires with the construction tool. There's nothing you can do to wires with the damn power hookup tool. So why are they able to get in the way when you're doing that shit? Till you design something that can be used with it, make that shit not a thing. Can't afford. That's why. I'm like, that should work. I don't understand why, but now I do. So what I'm gonna do is basically starve my facility for resources, and then I'm gonna introduce more copper along the line. And that's basically the plan. Although I got a lot of copper on this line that ain't doing shit, so I might either send some down to the other facility, or I might just start making cable and shit over here as well. Already making wire. Could make some make cable. So that ramp line should be basically backed up by now, cause like shit. I put a lot of ingots down it. That storage was almost full. And if that ramp line backs up, that means I don't have that constant loss of ingots going the other way. That's steel. No, it still wants them. Alright, back to starving this facility. Honestly, it's easier just to work backwards, and I should have did this at first. Is just drain the facility of copper ingots, and then add in as many miners or smelters as I to cover that. It would have been a lot easier to do it that way, so I'd know exactly what can be done. All of these are about to turn off. No, they're not, because they can hold a lot of wire. It's like 500 wire. Why am I doing splitters? The hell is wrong with you? Man. need to hook two machines up. Two. Oh, I fucked this up already. Delete all of that. That's just fucking stupid what I just did there. Only needs one additional machine, brother. All you gotta do. That's it. There you go. Now these should be perfectly balanced and perfectly full. Now I just need to hook all of these to the there we go. All of that. Like what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 1800 more cable. But now this facility over here is completely starved. But that's good that it starved the entire facility, because now I can just put down copper. Now I can put down just more smelters. I want to see how close this storage is to getting filled, because when it gets filled, all of this line is going to become relevant for us. I'm also pretty sure I can take this line off and add that to another line that was already there. Well, now, because this is feeding. That ain't feeding shit. This line is feeding this facility, which is still going on, surprisingly. This going down into here, which then goes and connects down to this machine over. I want to know is, okay, it is full. At least in the first one. Second one's full. So it's losing ingots now. This line, where you go? Let's see. Oh, that's the same. No, it's not. Let's go into copper sheet making. Because I only have two that I'm pulling from, right? I don't even know why I did that, because I can just check on the fucking map. Yeah, those are the two that I've pulled. Oh! There's one over there. Right by the crude oil. The crude oil place that I have over there just has everything, huh? Not trash. Sort. The magic school bus. Finally ran out of those, huh? Where'd I get all these goddamn copper sheets from? That line that I must have ate must have actually been going to something. Oh well. Here's that. That. Get room for portable monitor. All steel now. That one. That's good. That one's been isolated to all steel. Ah, that's why. That's not too bad. Eventually we'll turn all of that into steel beams and whatnot if I ever need it. I thought I was above the hub. Oh, actually, I don't need the hub. I need the equipment. Alright, so now I want to head out to the oil place. Which I ain't been there in a while, so why not? We're just gonna go source some copper. I debated on whether or not I wanted to incorporate the drone over to that. I can think about that shit afterwards. Put it on. Thank you. Probably slugs over there too. I don't know. I've searched this area over here for sauce. Yeah, this place should be super heavily irradiated, to be honest with you. I have all of my radioactive waste going this way. That hurt. That's why, because I was fucking scrolling in the fucking chat instead of being able to do what I wanted to do there. radioactivity facts. Interesting. There's just iron. I don't think I need iron for anything, but it's nice to know that it's here if I need it. I should run a line back just in case, but fuck that shit. Okay. I have power not too far from here. I'll just connect it to that grid. The radiation's gonna be fucking insane. Mind you. Something's wrong with that line, but I'm not gonna fix it. Much extra is this? 240? Not bad. Actually, what I'm gonna do. I thought about using drones for this. But I'm eventually gonna have to come out here, the overclock, and do all kinds of other shit, probably any goddamn way. There we go. High enough to be out of the fucking radiation. This gives me a more direct way in. What's with this slow ass slide? That shit just gnaws my filters. That shit goes max radiation. I was gonna set up drone, but it would get annoying after a while. Because the drones don't have a pass-through option. As you saw last stream, where I had my line hooked directly to the drone station. Whatever was going into it was literally just sitting there. And if it's not going to have a pass-through option where, you know, excess goes through the facility and out the other line, then it makes the drones pretty goddamn useless for what I try to do with them. I'm not 110% sure which direction I want to take this. The thing I know is the facility I'm looking for is on the back side of the map. So I know I need to take it this way, but that's about all I know. That's pretty spot on. Nice. Not bad for some guesswork. Best thing about it is, as I'm making the line, it's being filled up. I don't know if I should add this into this old line, or if I should hook it to a storage box like I have those, and then send it. Hmm. For now, we'll just do this. It's not a huge amount, because I didn't bother overclocking it. All of that's gonna clog up. This one should start filling. Okay. Do that instead. This one stays full, yeah. Good enough. Good enough. Well, that means this line is going to end up being stronger. Like super strong because it's not even connected to anything. Cool. There we go. Now I should be able to go ham. That's the main T, one of the main T's coming in. That feeds that entire section. That side's kind of eh. But this side should be buffed right now. Might as well put down 3. We'll do it the actual correct way this time. That one. That's not the far back one. We'll have that connect there. One. Fuck your couch. There we go. I don't know how I want to hook this up. I just need to leave one out to the side. Okay, dude. Leave this one out. Three, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. I can make 3 more smelters off of that extra line that I shoved in. Even though this is draining now. Oh, well, yeah, it has to fill up the damn machines. There we go. Now it should start storing it. No, not quite. Trying to fight it. It was 240, right? Oh, whatever. Oh, because I fed it into that line too. So that line's using some. Gotcha. There, we just attach these in where they fit in. Get in where you fit in. That should be a whole lot more down that line. Should be 1500 more. Completely full. Still flowing down. Still filling up what it needs to fill up. Beautiful. We're up to 2110 up here. So at least that machine's still kicking along for now. Gonna run out of supercomputers eventually, though. I'm not gonna make any more machines till I see all of these lines clogged back up. Because if I need to make copper ingots, I need to know right now. About to. Holy modular frame machines. Let's just decrease that shit, because I have a fuck ton not going anywhere. Need to be re-overclocked, I'll gladly do it, but as of now, that's not the thing that really needs to be increased right now. Can't slide up here. You know this. Dun 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 dun. I'm so fucking. And it still didn't swap. I clicked that shit 4 fucking times, brother. And you can't shift click it to make it go faster. Because if you shift and tab's how you bring up your inventory. And shift's how you shift click it. If you press shift and tab, your Steam menu opens up. So you have to double click. Get it to go. Look how much slower double clicking is than shift click. And that's kind of what a pain in the ass for that is. That's why I wish you could assign certain things onto certain buttons. If I could assign whatever it is, you know, to this particular button and just switch between it using my mouse, you know how much faster I would be in my transitions? I never want to come back out here, so here you go. 600 parts, conveyor belt carries 780. Never have come back down this way ever again. Forever. Telling you, having you being able to mix that fuel together to create just a little extra forward thrust would be fucking amazing. It's gonna start storing now. Wait for it to catch up. Bum ba da dum. Bum 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 bum. It'll catch up eventually. I hope this isn't its max. What the hell? There we go. No. There it goes. Now we're getting constant flow. Not full, not full, but at least constant. Now we're storing. We're storing 2. That's why that number is fighting, because it's sending it over to this one to store up. Alright, I did something semi-important, so I am going to save. To be honest with you, do I even need you producing copper wire anymore, brother? Or copper sheet? I don't think I needed to. This shit's not moving at all. But I guess I would leave that one because it's directly on the damn line. But this one I don't need. Stand by. Give me all of this shit. It's gonna refund the copper ingots too, even though I'm switching it over to something else that requires copper. Boink. Refunded. I mean, I'm fine with it, but yeah. Now I can have those making copper wire. Well, I just need a place to hook this shit into. Um, sure. Adding things there will constantly cause that to stop. Will cause more things to shoot out there while they're being added in. Granted, it's like 2 every once in a while, but it's still worthwhile. Hey dog, you're completely full of copper sheets. You're making cable. See a machine that's over here that's pushing out copper sheets that probably don't need. Question becomes, where the hell is it? Wire. Or not. It's just not going anywhere. It's just an open ass line. I guess I deleted a long time ago. All of these are cable. Yeah. Just a random ass line that stops right there. No, I just seen it go down though. The hell? Not underneath, is it? Oh. comes out right here. I can't select it because it's in the damn floor. Okay. Okay. Aha. Found you. I don't need either of you producing copper sheets because I have a line already producing. There you go. Stop taking from my damn line, B. There you go. Don't wanna- Now, are you actually draining resources? I mean, technically, you're at 186. Alright. Well, we'll deem you as relevant to the line since you're not staying completely stacked up. Even though I'm interested as to what you're feeding right now. Ah, see. This requires 56.25, but it's completely chock-a-block full of rotors. So every once in a while it'll pull. Alright, proving your worth. I'll leave you. I'll keep the rotor machine on. That's fun. They can cable whenever they can, and that's basically all I can ask. Wonder, all the cable machines full? Basically. Hmm. See, that's the kind of thing that sort of bothers me, though. is the fact that these goddamn splitters store about 9 ingredients inside of them. It makes no sense for this line to ever stop or halt or anything behind the splitter. As that obviously this is a merger. As things get merged into it, it's going to do that. Because it has to release the shit any or somehow. But my thing is, I don't know how to explain this. How would I explain the problem that I have? Also, I accidentally exited out of chat, so if you said something, I did not see it. I don't know. I just feel like it should be a lot smoother transitions. But I guess that's fine. It has to make space for it. I don't know. I guess when it comes down to it, it's because your Mark V conveyor belts can only carry 780 material per second, which gives you this stuttering effect and shit like that, which also looks like the game's lagging, even though it's not lagging. It's just the mergers and shit making space for the new materials to go on. If you had faster conveyor belts or the ability to overclock, if you had one just conveyor machine, like I said, that hooks wirelessly to all the conveyor belts, and you could overclock that machine or make a special upgrade to make your conveyor belts faster. So the Mark 1s will be faster, all the way to the Mark 5s, they'll all be faster. You would be able to fine tune the speed of your conveyor belt to increase the production of it. Because right now, one of the problems that I'm having is obviously delivery, but also the fact that the uh, the only time I'm getting other materials being sent in is if I have mergers there to stop the line. Because the line stops intermittently when things get thrown onto it. But I could turn that overclock splitter into an any if I just had the ability to, make product move faster. Because, like, all of these, all the way down, when new stuff goes in, is making the line stop. So, since the line's intermittently stopping back here, this little piece that I have up here is never going to truly be 100% effective. At this point, I might as well just go over here and say any. Fuck is left going? Oh. I might as well come over here and just go any, and just allow this shit to, flow wherever it wants to flow. But if I do that, obviously a lot of machines are going to starve. But you see what I mean? Even with that setting to all the way up there to any, This shit still, from all the mergers coming on the line, is still stopping and clogging this up. It's not all moving seamlessly. Not until it goes up to around here, or past this, then it goes seamless. But now all of these are not going to get properly fed. And it's like, yeah, I could add more to the fucking line and whatnot, and I can add more, wire in, but look, it's completely chock-a-block full to the fact where it's stopping. Which this is where, Factorio kinda takes the cake for this because you can just run a conveyor belt and then you have a system that just grabs it and puts it on the line whenever it can. It won't ever clog up the lines or stop your lines as it's adding in. So this is kind of where Factorio's grabbers and inserter system is better, because you can just make a forever looping line like I did up there. And then on the exit, you can have a forever looping line for any extra resources. And then on that looping line, you can just have one out. And as things are going out, as they're going around, if they have the ability to go out, they will. And if they don't, they'll just continue along the same loop until they get grabbed and, sent wherever the hell they need to go. This game forces you to use mergers, which severely slows down and limits your damn factory. And I only have one product going per one merger. So the only way to get rid of this deadlock would be for me to pull the line after like once every 3 machines, pull the line with the splitter, and have that shit being sent seamlessly somewhere else to get rid of all of this backup. So I could be putting out more than enough wire right now, but I'll never actually know because of the slowdowns and shit. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take everything off of this line here. I'm just going to attach it over there. It's going to clog it up more, but at least it's not clogging it up right before that splitter. Just do that instead. Get rid of this merger. Okay. Get rid of this merger. So now we have endless flow from there to there at least, so that's increasing the amount of that. Now the only problem is I need to knock out more of these mergers. But I really can't because I have all of these machines attached to them. So again, the only thing I can do is just grab, wherever it's being stopped at majorly, like back here, for example. Everything's literally just going back through there for the most part. You can see all of that. It's just sitting there. It's not moving. It's not doing shit. All of it, the remainder of it's going down this line, down the overflow. And if I didn't have this overflow, this shit would be clogged all the way back up. Because it's just stopping. Non-stop. Stopping, stopping, stopping. So anywhere where there's like a double T, shit just freezes my lines. The one, I guess you should avoid using the mergers the way they're intended if you have a lot of flow. Like having both of these go at the same time is completely shutting that shit down. So anywhere that there's two going in, and then going in from the back like that, you need to put a splitter in between them. to circumvent the flow. And I need to do that on basically all of these, because lines don't work when they're like that. This line should not be freezing up. And this is kind of what I was talking about before. The mergers and the splitters and all of that shit should be able to hold like 9 pieces of, I think is what I counted out as in like 9, it could be even more, but 9 pieces of materials or product inside of them. And if that's the case, I don't see how it's managed to back up this bad. Like towards the front, that's how fast this should be constantly flowing and shit. As you go farther back, the flow kinda stays little good, little good, little good. We get to the double machines though, and then it's like, hell no. And the more double machines we have, the slower the shit becomes. Slower, 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 slower until it stops. I don't know, man. If I put something here and make it pull from the line, I mean, that'll prevent the back from clogging up any, but I mean, this is what that's for. If I put something here, these lines will go there and they'll go down to the overflow or wherever the hell I want to send them. But these lines right here are going to still continue to clog up. These will become free and get sent down, but that shit's still going to be clogged. So it's like, what do you do? There are no Mark II mergers or anything to where I can circumvent that for having 2 outputs and 2 inputs or something. What do you do? If I wasn't playing this legit, I would go into the game files and I would change how much each and every merger can hold, or I'd just download a mod. Somebody probably already did it before. And that's all you'd need to do is just speed up your goddamn mergers or create a Mark II or Mark III. I can see why people make mods for this game because it's just kind of ridiculous. Now, you can have these Mark II and Mark III drills, but you don't have, the Mark I, Mark II, and Mark III are splitters, but the mergers you just leave. Make a quick merger, make an advanced merger, do anything with the mergers. I'm trying my best to be patient and allow this to continue, but I'm so right on the edge to saying, let's go find a merger that has Mark II and Mark III mergers, programmable and smart mergers. Download that shit so my factory can actually run properly. All of that's stopping and whatnot could be, going down here to these machines and all the other kinds of machines. Kinda wish I could limit the stack. Like I said, Mark II constructors and Mark III constructors, you need to have sliders to where I can limit how many of something's going into this. Will I want to allow, this to go to a full stack, or do I want to limit this at 60 per minute? Because anything over 60 per minute is useless for this machine. That 60 can be getting sent to another machine. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many quality of life decisions. If you're gonna let me be, a factory type of guy, let me be a factory type of guy. You give me the option to overclock the shit to make it burn up more wire and all of that. You give me the time to drag this backwards to limit the production rate. but you never give me the option to limit how much is actually allowed to go into the machine, the hopper size. And if you gotta make small, medium, and large hoppers or something, or some sort of hopper upgrade system that sits under here, because I mean, this is a blank overlay. Obviously, you're gonna want to add more to this. Hopper size, you can make it incorporated in the button. You can make it easy and put a slider down. So where I can slide and say only allows 60 per minute to go into this, or 61 per minute to go into that. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I could stop this from getting, and I mean I can, but it would require a lot of splitters and reorganizing my line and all of that. I'm not saying it's all the game's fault. I mean, yeah, it's kind of my fault too for putting them all down in series. That's kind of what it does. It fools one machine and then fills the next one on down the line. But I did take the liberties of, adjusting that a little bit. And then if I wanted to, I could do the same thing with these right here to try and keep everything even. But the thing is, again, quality of life. If I could just limit, you can limit clock speed. How come I can't limit the amount of products going through? Even if it's an entirely different machine, a product limiter, it only allows so and so many products to go through it per X amount of seconds. Even if you make a whole nother, splitter sorter type of machine that does that, just so I can, like the water actuators and shit, or the water pipes. Even if it's something like that that attaches to the conveyor belts and then stops the flow going into that machine for X amount of seconds. Because you can make it per cycle or something like that. Or you can also make it hooked to the machine and make the machine do it automatically. Doesn't matter. That'd be a smart machine that you can do that. Even doing it like that would be better than the system that you have set up. You have a good base game. The base game is fun. Now let's go beyond the base game and let's make this an actual, banger of a game. Don't be the nice devs that opens the game up to the community and basically uses the community to make content. Be a dev that stays on top of their game. Add shit to your game. Keep your game up to date. Keep your game modern. And then charge more for it because you're putting in more work and more time. Bring out DLCs and shit, you know what I'm saying? Put all the extra machines and extra ideas and shit into a DLC and then release that shit for 15, 30 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually buy that shit. Others would literally just make a mod of it and use whatever mod it. But I mean, there are people that like to play the game legit. Macho's one of those. He'd prefer to play the game legit and unfinished without the quality of life shit instead of just going and downloading a mod to make shit a lot simpler. Weird as fuck, but I mean, he's not actually a PC gamer, so I mean, it makes sense. He's a console convert, and he never actually dived into PC, besides to play the couple of games better, faster. But like I said, I'm not gonna push him into modding. We'll be talking about games and shit, and he'll be like, "Yeah, it's so and so, except for so and so and so and so." I'm sitting here thinking the same the whole time. Yep, there's a mod to fix that problem. Mm-hmm. Overlays missing something, there's a mod for that. Got bored of playing the same game, didn't want to finish it, or you can't go back to it because it's not replayable. There's a mod for that. Skyrim's, one of the biggest things. A lot of people's like, I can't go back to Skyrim and play it. I've played it too many times. Yeah, but there's like 6 good otherworld mods with custom quests, custom NPCs, custom voices, shit like that. And it's shit that you've never seen before. Whole bunch of different weapons, whole bunch of different mechanics, whole bunch of different systems that literally changes the way Skyrim makes. And then the number one of them all is Enderal. Enderal runs off of Skyrim's, engine, but is a completely separate entity and completely different game. No longer will you be running through, killing everything. You will be getting your cheeks clapped at every turn. Every single turn. In Skyrim, the first thing you do is you grab your equipment and then you walk on down to, what is it, Riverbell or whatever the hell it's called. And then you can head over to Whiterun and all of that. Anything that approaches you, you just kind of clap its cheeks. There's even a giant that you could technically kill and all of that shit if you wanted to. And you continuously moving on. From there, you get your Dragonborn quest and things like that. Once you complete it, which doesn't take that well, I guess you kill a dragon. Forgot about that. In the Whiterun's quest. Right at the beginning of the fucking game, you kill your first dragon and get your very first shout. You are a tanky, buffed up boy. Enderall's like, fuck that shit. First, they set the trap for you. At the beginning, there's the skivvy rats, whatever the hell they're called, the ones that you can one tap as Dragonborn. Those motherfuckers will kill you at the beginning of the game. Then they give you dogs, the dogs that you easily one tap in Skyrim. Those motherfuckers will kill you at the beginning of the game in Enderal. And they really pretty much teach you at the beginning of Enderal that this ain't Skyrim anymore. You ain't Dragonborn, you ain't any of that shit. You're gonna be in for the struggle. Unless you play that shit on the easiest difficulty, then you're just taking the fun away from your damn self. And even on the easiest difficulty, it's still difficult, don't get me wrong. It's just this more Skyrim balance towards instead of Enderal balance. And they tell you in the options, this is how the game's basically intended to play. Enemies are gonna be tougher. And then a lot of people say that they don't like games or they get burnt out of games because they put it on super easy baby mode. They beat the game a million times on super easy baby mode. They use all of the builds and shit, and they just steamroll the game. And they're like, well, I'm burnt out of that game, I liked the game, but it was too easy. It's like, yeah, 'cause you're on baby mode. Nah, shit, Sherlock. If you actually went up in difficulty, you would have a challenge, and well, you'd probably rage quit because you're a little bitch, but still. Enderal don't give you that grace. You're going to die a lot. You think you're gonna go a magic build? It has arcane fever. If you launch too many magic attacks and don't maintain your arcane fever, you will die. Every spell that you cast gives you arcane fever, basically. The one thing that I didn't like is Enderall's fast travel system. I had downloaded a mod for that, obviously. But the way Enderall is scripted is there is no fast travel system from place to place. You can fast travel in the cities using signs and shit, but there is no fast travel per se in Enderall. You're supposed to go get on these bird dragon-like creatures. I don't remember what they're called. And you're supposed to travel between towns and shit like that. So it's kind of like the carriage, but it's just a flying bird. And that's how you're supposed to fast travel between towns. So you just go to the nearest station, then you walk over or call your horse or whatever. And that's how you're supposed to travel. Well, the thing about it is unless you actually want to go the thief route and go in and steal a whole bunch of shit and whatnot, money is scarce in Andorra. You're not just gonna go, exploring and get a huge amount of money like you can in Skyrim. There's no real glitches or anything like that. So it's going to be extremely hard, especially your first time playing, to find many ways to make money unless you're a thief or you're a salesman that you go and find and make shit. And that's what Enderall focuses on is the actual baby mode aspects of Skyrim where you could easily make, 1,000,000 gold in Skyrim. Easy. Getting 1,000,000 gold in Enderall is a fever dream. Unless you want to grind that shit. The prices are a lot more fair, however, they are expensive for, the good shit. Potions, shit like that. You better learn how to craft them bitches. And you better go looking for ingredients. Because good luck affording them all the time. The potions also aren't instant healing either. They heal you over time to stop you from being able to brute force through battles while taking damage. There are some insta-heal potions and shit like that, don't get me wrong, but unless you can craft them, they're super expensive. The rest heal you slowly over time. You'll get like 500 health back in 1 second intervals. So your best bet is to do what most realistic style games do, is you drink the potion before the battle, then you go in. So you have constant life heal, or regeneration, that's what it's called, constant regeneration during the battle. If you want to chug during, yeah, it has kind of the pause menu and all of that that you can still pause, go to your potion and drink it, but you're not going to get instant relief. Now, you can chug like 10 potions and get like a stacking regen of like 10 health back per second. You can, but you're going to be drinking your entire potion stack to stay alive. Which again is costly. And for all of you Skyrim nerds that want to attempt Enderall, I'm telling you, reprogram your mind. You want to know how I beat the majority of Enderall? I'm not going to lie to you. I exploited the absolute hell out of it. I found the perfect combo. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because, well, I had to find it myself. You can find it your own damn self. But I used a combo of another class that ain't even supposed to be used for another class for another class. And the combo of those two skills running together, I'm not gonna say makes me immortal, because I still die occasionally being an idiot. But if I wanted to, I could make it to where I'd never die. And it's not any like OP infinite health build or any of that. It's just two things that I managed to mix together and fix to the way I like, to where I can constantly activate a specific thing. And as long as I don't, run out of time, which I guess time really isn't an issue. There's a hint for you. Time isn't really an issue when it comes to the activations and that shit, because the cooldown's pretty good. But as long as I don't get clapped before the effect wears off, I can literally just fuck shit up. It's kind of anime-like, I activate this shit and then I get like the anime effect. But it's like, has that number 2204 moved? I don't know. But it's like, that's basically how I've been getting through the game. And sometimes, even with all of that OP shit that I figured out, again, I still get my cheeks clapped. Because an enemy will come up from behind me while I'm activating my spell. I'll get my cheeks clapped by an arrow or some shit. Somebody will shoot an arrow at me, and I'll die. Because it's really only good against melee people. Because, well, somebody with a bow will just shoot you. And a whole bunch of shit like that. And I've went through the game. I want to say not severely underleveled, but I'm to the point to where I die in like 2 hits. But I've still managed to hang in there. I have yet to complete a full campaign of Enderall. I got towards the end, and then something happened with my old computer, and something happened. I don't remember what it was. And then I stopped playing Enderal. But I mean, now that I got my new system and all of that, and I'm thinking about it, I might go back and just finish Enderal. Very fun game, very good game. I do recommend everybody who's played Skyrim and have liked it to play Enderal. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is be very careful how you want to spend your skill points. Again, the game is heavily based off of more realism and things like that. When you go into, I don't remember what it's called, Sea of Consciousness or whatever the hell it is, to assign all of your points, because you have memory points and you have skill points. To get skills in Enderal, you have to read books. It's not like Skyrim. You can't just hit something 1,000 times and max out your two-handed. You have to actually buy books and you actually have to learn in order to increase your skills. So if you want to max out your two-handed, you're going to be looking and finding a bunch of books. You can buy books from basically any vendor of that type. You know, your smithing NPC will give you smithing books, magic NPCs will give you magic books, etc., etc. And you can always buy books from them. They're just kind of expensive. You can find them out in the wild. There's even a mod that if you want to use it, can make it to where every book that you read will give you a skill point in something, but it only works one time. So if you want, you know, the books that are about smithing and all of that on the ground to give you skill points, you can use that as well. Just to help you out if you're struggling getting your character up. And like I said, it's very realistic. You have to do a lot of studying and a lot of reading to get the skill points. Then you get memory points when you level up regularly and things like that. Complete quests, level up, you know, get experience and basically shit done. The memory points is what you use towards your main class. And it's super important to ensure that you use your memory points only towards what you're specifically building. You're not going to soft lock yourself by doing that, but you are going to make the game significantly harder. For example, if you want to be a big ass fucking berserker and shit like that, you might want to take the time and look at the different, you know, lines and whatnot, and builds that you can have via the berserker class. But you obviously don't want to get any type of sneak early in your goddamn berserker build. Because if you want to be a sneaky berserker for whatever fucking reason, you're going to be half and half in each one of those. And it's going to be hell on earth for you being halfway in between two things. Because when you're going to need that extra power and all of that, when you're continuing the story, you're not going to have it. Those extra skills that you have that makes you, you know, super powerful, or the health regen, or whatever the hell else you're looking for, you're not going to have access to that shit. So this game is really a pick your build type of game, Enderal. Now you can mix and match between things, because me personally, I have a little bit of everything in my particular build. But starting off, once I realized that shit, this game ain't no joke, I made sure to double down and get some shit that I can use, you know, to keep the story progressing and whatnot, and I catered to a specific playstyle. My particular playstyle that I catered towards is strong magic, just in case I come across a huge enemy or need to finish them off. I have a little bit of bow, and then the rest is just in two-handed melee. I don't have any type of skills two-handed wise. I just boosted the damage. The damage is all I really needed. So I use a two-handed weapon, so I can just deal a bunch of raw damage to enemies. I have magic, super strong magic. I just went to a super strong spell that I thought would be usable. And I have super strong magic to buff my two-handed hitting damage. So I cast one strong ass spell that stays there for a little bit, causing the AoE damage. And then I go in with a big ass two-handed sword and I fucking smash the fuck out of some shit. Then, once I got that far, I went down the list to the bow so I could use bows better. Like, there's one that allows you to, when you zoom in with the bow, you slow down time. And I found that to be, the best. So I can slow down time and shoot things at a distance until they get close to me. Once they get somewhat close, well, first, I use my strong spell to sit down a rune in the ground for like a trap. The rune, as it activates, it's like a lightning trap that just stays there and does constant damage. So I shoot down a rune in front of me, use the bow in slow motion to snipe the shit until it gets near me, then I pull out my two-handed sword and I fight in the rune against whatever the hell comes near me. Obviously, I'm missing two-handed skills and whatnot that would pull me through that, but I am hitting hard because it's all in, damage. But the skills that I could be using is now strong-ass magic that's doing AoE. So I'm getting about the same as if I was fighting two-handed with the skills. And then I also have the ranged attack of the bow, because I have a pretty nice bow that I actually went and made sure I upgraded and shit to get good. And I have a damn good bow. It also has a special ability that I can fuck people up with a distance. They walk into the trap and then we fight. For most enemies, that's enough to send them on their way, but there are areas of the map to where that don't do shit. The desert's a scary place, is all I'm gonna say. Very scary place. You had better be prepared when you go to that motherfucker. But you won't go to it until towards the end of the game unless you're an explorer, like I was. But anyway, Enderal, Enderal. As long as you own Skyrim, Enderal is free for you to download. So if you've bought Skyrim any in your life, Enderal's free on Steam. If you don't have any Skyrim game, you cannot play Enderal because it requires the base engine of that game. And that's it. If you have Skyrim, download Enderal, press play. If you don't have Skyrim, buy Skyrim. I would recommend Special Edition, but buy Skyrim and then press play. And Skyrim nowadays is cheap as fuck. Some places you can find it for $1, some places you can find it for $5, some for like 10 or 20. I mean, you can buy it officially, and you can pay an arm and a leg for it, but I mean, there's other sources to get that shit for free. And even if you're burnt out on Skyrim, Enderal is still fun to play, albeit every once in a while. So even if you're burnt out, Enderal will give you a new second wind for the genre and let you see what Skyrim or a next game after that could have been. Because as of now, I believe Skyrim, I mean minus Elder Scrolls Online, Skyrim is the last game that they've put out that's been like that. I guess they focused on their Elder Scrolls game instead of or the Elder Scrolls Online game instead of making another one. But to be honest with you, so many people are burnt out of the Elder Scrolls game because they played them way too fucking much that even if Bethesda was to put out another game, it wouldn't sell. It really wouldn't sell. People would probably, the old G's would probably play it and try it a little bit, but I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just not going to be that good, especially with Elden Ring popping up. It would be counterproductive for Bethesda to make any games within the next couple of years to compete against that. And FromSoft is going to continuously keep putting out games every, I don't know. Dark Souls came out in like what, 2013? Dark Souls 3? It's been a long fucking time. At least I feel like it came out in 2013. It's been around for a long fucking time. So like once a decade, maybe once a half decade, they keep putting out games. So the Elder Scrolls games would, have to fit in between that time gap. When people got tired of Elden Ring and all of that, another game comes out. But I don't know. I don't know what Bethesda could do for another game, to be honest with you. Because nobody is like heavily into like the Skyrim, type setup anymore. So they would have to, if they wanted to run it, they would have to make it completely unique. Obviously, they're going to probably upgrade the graphics and make those look spectacular because they're kind of known for that shit. With the gameplay mechanics, the Thieves Guild, the Assassins Guild, shit like that, getting the RPG adventure area, you know, getting that shit out and making it new and not just like, their old games and also not like the new games that are coming out. That's like that too. That shit's tough. And the problem is, it's not their development team, that it's their customers. Everybody always expects the next game to be better. They don't want it to be the same. They don't want it to be an expansion or a DLC to that. They want that shit to be better. And not just slightly better. They want that shit to be like 110% better than the last game. But that shit costs money. They're spending, billions of dollars to make trillion. And then those billions of dollars are going to fund the next game, which is going to require a bigger budget. And that's ridiculous, spending billions of dollars on a game. Because if the game flops, then you're fucked. Your profit margins just went so far down, $300 billion gone. It's not going to shut down your company or anything, because you're going to get profit back and whatnot. And again, 300 billion, you still have 700 billion left. So you have the chance to, retry and make another, couple of games to ensure, or spend extra money to fix the game you're coming out with. So it's not gonna bankrupt you or anything, but it's also, it's like fuck. That's $300 billion down the fucking drain. Or $300 million down the drain. For no reason. Because the public didn't like your game. They decided, nah, it's shit, I'm not gonna play it. It's like, fuck that shit. That's what's scary about being a triple A, even a double A game dev. AAA and AA is a scary fucking big league area to step into. Because one fuck up and you're out a lot of money. But if you have successes, you're coasting on that shit for years, you know what I'm saying? Hell, if you're a small company and you breach big, that's all you gotta do the rest of your damn life. I mean, obviously, the people that own the company are going to be the rich motherfuckers that never have to worry about a thing in their life again. But I mean, like, shit, you're done. You've made it. Dev teams and things like that typically team up and makes, smaller types of games anyway under new studio names. And that's what generally happens in the interim period. XCOM to Phoenix Point is an example. XCOM came out, they made all the good games, XCOM 2, Chimera Force, etc., etc. But XCOM games come out once every blue moon. So the team said, fuck it. While they're fucking, bullshit and whatnot, let's make Phoenix Point and let's incorporate a game that actually, is worthwhile and continues the XCOM series and whatnot. And they did. And Phoenix Point is fucking amazing. I probably won't ever stream it because one, the back seating's gonna be a pain in the fucking ass, and the trolls and shit like that that already know the game. I mean, let's put it this way: Satisfactory was a basic ass game that I was having fun with and whatnot until the community started joining in. And it's not all of them. Some of them were chill when they joined in and were very helpful and very fun. But there's also the bad seeds that are overzealous about it and, over enthused about somebody else playing their favorite game that just wanted to come in and spill every secret about the game. Whether I was talking rhetorically or asking for help on one simple matter, they would go through and they would open the book and spill every secret about the game. So by the time I get towards the end of the series with the nuclear power and all of that shit, I basically knew, kind of sort of what to expect. And it was just like, fuck it, dude. Fun's going. I already know what's coming next and whatnot. Fuck it. That's gonna be the problem with Phoenix Point. I haven't played Phoenix Point in quite some time. I stopped playing right before the vehicle update, so like two DLCs, maybe three DLCs came out since I beat the game last. So, I mean, when I hop into that shit, if I decide to hop into that shit, that is, and actually use vehicles and shit, because I typically ran three squads, one squad with the vehicle, two regular squads. And then one time I played, I ran a vehicle squad, a sniper squad, and a heavy squad, and I just had them convene in one spot, and I picked whoever the hell I wanted. Well, it was a mix. It was a mixed squad, the heavy squad. And then I'd have sniper squad and then a vehicle squad. Vehicle squad typically had a heavy and a sniper, or something else with it, depending on the vehicle. Again, it's just kind of like I'd get into it, I'd play the game, people would come in, the fans of that shit would come in, and they would be like, "Oh, your ass. Oh, this, that, and another. Oh, look, he made a mistake. Oh, it's this and that, and this and that and another." And people become extremely brutal when it would come just to XCOM. People were super brutal about that shit. Phoenix Point, I already know how bad it's gonna get. It's gonna get to the point to where I just don't look at chat. And I would love to stream Phoenix Point, but again, it's just the amount of trolls and shit like that that's out there that just makes me say, nah, bro, I'll just play it on my own. Like Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm debating on whether I want to stream that because I haven't played that game in forever, and I don't particularly remember any of the controls or any of the speed plays like I used to play. So I'm probably just gonna be slow as fuck granny moding that shit. Last thing I want to hear is a bunch of trolls in my chat saying he's so slow, he's shit at the game. Blah 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 blah. It's like, man, I would love to talk to, the regulars that actually come in to have a conversation, but it's also like the other people that are gonna be coming in. It's like, fuck them, dude. And I would rather just let them talk their shit and whatever and not pay attention to it than to have, 80 more people on my goddamn bans list. But I always try to give everybody a chance before I ban them. Some people join in and immediately start talking shit. I ban them to get on another account and start talking shit. I ban them again, and then they just keep account switching until all their accounts are banned. And I'm just like, do you really have nothing to do in your life except to keep coming back and keep or trying to interrupt the stream? Because the first time, you're being interruptive. Any consecutive time coming back, I'm just going to continuously ban you. You're not going to get a word in edgewise. I'm not going to look at your messages to see who you are, what you're doing. As soon as you pop back in, I'm just going to instantly ban you. And you can keep coming back in. It literally, I go over to the chat, I click the drop down bar, and I click ban. Done. The only people that can really get away with it is Twitch side. Twitch side, and I do have mods that occasionally stop by, but Twitch side, I have to go to my OBS, click the view on Twitch button, and then I have to block you. Twitch side. But most people don't want their Twitch accounts banned because if I report you on Twitch for being a fucking troll and doing all kinds of other stupid shit, Twitch takes that shit seriously, and you can get your account really fucked trolling other people. Because Twitch don't like when other streamers troll other streamers, and they don't like it when viewers troll streamers. They will completely yank you out of their system. And that's what people don't understand when they're like, well, Twitch is losing business, Twitch is treating us bad, Twitch this and Twitch that. Twitch only makes about $2 to $3 billion per year. The company itself makes about 100 billion per year. So 3 billion coming out of that 100 billion, that's a drop in the hat for them. They could literally just take Twitch, they could take it offline and throw it away, and it's not going to hurt their profits at all. So yeah, they're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Because at the end of the day, they don't have to give a shit about it. Twitch is not what's making them profits. It's not. It's not making them basically anything compared to what they're making. Oh no, we're gonna lose 2% of our profits because our Twitch streamers are going to other places. Who gives a shit? Most streamers that actually do, get donations and shit like that, a lot of them aren't even through Twitch. They're through Streamlabs and they're through other sources. Sending that shit through PayPal, sending that shit through other places. Their streamers are scumbags and violate their contracts. They don't have respect, I guess is what I should say. Some are contracted to, some it's not in their contract because they're not big enough. Because the whole point is any donations and shit like that that you're getting, you're paying them for using their platform and their tools and all of their other shit. Same with YouTube. YouTube takes a portion because they have editing software built into their system and a whole bunch of other shit that you can use built into their system. And you're paying a license to use that shit and to use their platform and their servers and shit. That's why that shit Takes quite a bit of money out of you. Don't know if you know this, but it takes $1 million to maintain a server for a year. So regardless of what's happening, all businesses that are maintaining a server, that own their own server, are spending $1 million a year just to maintain that shit. So I mean, yeah, every subscription that you get, Twitch is gonna take about half of that shit, if not more, because you're paying for your use of their server. Twitch has tools. Twitch has a gaming platform. Twitch has a whole bunch of other systems set up. You're using more and more of their systems, and if you're not utilizing it, that's on you. Yeah, they're gonna take more moolah from you. And then the excess, the government's gonna take a part of, and then you're, good. I should do a charity live stream. So, I mean, like, yeah. Sorry about you, buddy. But you're paying to be able to use their booths. The same as with strippers. Strippers that work at bars and other types of shit and strip clubs. They have to pay the place to use their private rooms and whatnot. They gotta pay for, the cleaning up, the maintenance, maintaining that shit, keeping it clean, all of the other shit. They pay for that shit. Any type of entrepreneur, anybody that has a booth they're selling out of, they have to pay for the space. If it's a booth that has electricity that it can use, they pay for the electricity. If there's water, they pay for that shit. They have to pay for all of that shit. That is how life goes. And guess what? As things change and things get more expensive, the price of inflation and all of that's going up. It is supply and demand, as well as the cost of shit. If the server people say, damn, this place makes a fuck ton of money, let's raise the prices on them to use our server, guess what? That shit rolls downhill, and now you're gonna have to pay more money for that shit. If the company decides they want to expand, they're going to pool sources of money from their low tier shit like Twitch. They want to expand and open up a new business, they're going to charge the Twitch people more. Why? Because again, Twitch is like 2% of their profits. Actually, not even that. It's not even 1% of their damn profits. Yeah, it's roundabouts 1% of their profits. If not less, could be point 0.1. So it's insignificant. Again, a drop in the hat, the penny in the penny jar. So yeah, we're going to charge and pull money from that source because if that entire platform disappears, then that means they're saving $1 million from not having to maintain that server. And they probably have multiple servers at this point, but that's $1 million a year that they could save. And all the Twitch streamers can go the fuck away to another site, and that $1 million they can open up another store, which is going to increase their profit margins way more than what Twitch ever would, and they're going to make more money in the long run. And what kills me is Twitch streamers think they're the shit, and they think they're making, that company money, but you're not. And you complain about the shit, and you're talking about, well, I'm just going to go to YouTube if they don't pay me right. They don't give a shit. Leave. Goodbye. Goodbye. The only thing they're going to do is maximize profits. If you are a very good streamer and you bring in a lot of revenue and all of that, aka you make people watch a lot of ads and shit, and they're constantly throwing money your way, they're going to optimize their profits by making an exclusive contract with, like any other business would. This person's putting out money, alright, let's make a contract with them. Now, if you want to be a dumbass and try to claim you want more profits and shit like that, and try to force your way through, or you're going to go to another platform, they say, deuces, goodbye. profit that you're making out of the entire thing, you're only making about what, 5% of the profits this platform's making altogether. Goodbye. You'll still have 95% of the profits. Goodbye. The And out of that 5%, that's only going towards 1 or 0.1%. Let's say 1%, 1% of that. So you're worth a whole 0.02% of their entire business and profits. Goodbye. See you later. I'd rather just send you and dismiss you than deal with your bullshit. And all of those uppity Twitch streamers and all of that want to go and try to flame, Twitch and a whole bunch of other shit. Is it fair? No. Some of the shit that they do definitely ain't fair. They pick and choose, punishments and shit like that because they don't have any documentation written out or, what happens. Because why? Because generally it's their top Twitch streamers and shit that want to start any type of trouble when they get banned for it. Small guy does it, they say what the fuck, and then they make a video or some shit showing them getting banned, and they get into like top clips or whatever the fuck it's called. That's all the publicity that they get. It's made into a funny haha. Big Twitch streamer gets banned, they want to make this into a public thing and try to use their sources, being their people and their influence, to try to put pressure on the company. The company will never feel pressure from you. Sorry. Not gonna happen. Now, when you come in and you say, unban me, I didn't deserve that ban, they're gonna say, sure, we apologize for banning you. Now go make us more money, bitch. You think Twitch is apologizing and all of that because, for your ego. You think they're doing it because they don't want to lose you. No. They know that the longer they keep your bitch ass banned, the more money they're losing. So they say, we're sorry, we'll unban you, and they'll unban you and let you go and break more rules. Yes, you broke the terms of service. Yes, you deserve the ban you got, but they don't give a shit. If that ban got you motivated to make more content and gives you more publicity, they just get more money. More people that rally, that want to see you, that didn't get to see you the couple of days you were banned before you appealed it. And it's funny because everybody's like, I'm going to get my lawyers and we're going to go in and we're going to talk to Twitch about our contract and all this other shit. Uh-huh. And what if Twitch just fires you? What if they say, get the fuck off of our platform? They'll pay you a little small lawsuit. Let's see, your profits for the years is $500,000. Here's a check for $500,000. Now get the fuck off our platform. Never come back. And that'll be the suit. They'll make you sign a thing. You get $500,000, but you never appear on our platform again. If you do, we're suing you. We're going to countersue you, and we're going to take everything you own. So now they get this small ass $500,000 check. That's their payment for the rest of the year. And then they walk their asses on over to YouTube. And then they start causing drama and shit like that on YouTube and basically have to restart. Some people will follow them, but most people are only like to be on Twitch, and they're not going to switch over to YouTube. YouTube's going to take whatever cut they can from that person until they start causing drama again. But the thing is they have nowhere else to go. And YouTube's going to know that you got banned from Twitch forever. They're going to find that shit out, and they're going to know you have no place to go. So they're going to squeeze you for all your fucking worth. Because you screwed yourself. All of these streamers that say lawyers and all this other shit ain't going to dare stand against a big business like Twitch. They will get their cheeks absolutely clapped. Done. You're gonna fuck around and make them get serious. They're gonna shut you and everything else down. I guarantee you've broke countless terms of service. Especially when you have other people that are saving your streams and all the shit that you've done to a YouTube channel. They can just send a link to the YouTube channel and they can have everybody looking at your funny fuck-ups and shit in a courtroom, laughing and shit. And as every single one of these pop up, say, bam, Violation, 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 violation. And by the end of one video, have enough violations against you to where the rest of the videos ain't gonna fucking matter. And then they're gonna say, huh, I think we were doing pretty or being pretty lenient against you even though you violated about a million countless. Anyway, their case is bullshit. Throw that shit out. We're also countersuing them. And they're gonna take every fucking thing that you own. Again, most bans on Twitch aren't coincidental. It's just your time. Don't fight the shit. Just go and appeal like everything else. They'll reinstate you. But they have to write you up occasionally just in case you try to do some bullshit. Just like workplaces. They're not going to write you up every time, but they have to write you up eventually to say that they talked to you about it. That when it becomes a problem again, the manager can be like, hey, we talked to them about it multiple times. They haven't improved. We got to terminate you. All they're doing is just building a case against you. For when you try to do something stupid, they can just lay down the law, send you on your way. They're protecting themselves. They're not going to show too much favoritism. You're going to catch a ban every once in a while. Get used to it. Stop making videos whining. It's unkempt and it is just sad. Seeing Twitch streamers sit there and whine the entire time. I didn't deserve this ban. They're treating me wrong. Nobody else gets banned for doing the same shit. Yeah, but you're saying that you never did nothing wrong. You're saying that you did nothing wrong. You're saying nobody else gets banned for doing the same wrong thing. Again, if 1,000 cars are speeding down the street, the cops can only get so many. Your time. That shit just makes me laugh. Or my favorite are the ones that are like, I don't understand what I did wrong. And you go to YouTube and you look at all the dumb shit that they've done that's been wrong. I just don't understand. I don't understand what caused me to go over that line. I've done a lot of shit like that, but they've never really gotten mad at me. I want to know exactly what I did to push it over the line and make me ban them. No. Because if they tell you, you're going to make sure you ride that fine line the entire time. The whole point is to reprimand you to get you away from that line, not to stand on the line. They're not there to push you back over the line when you cross it. They're there to ensure that you never approach that line. Who the fuck would ever tell you what you've done wrong? Yeah, we're banning you because in frame 633 of your 850th stream, I could see your panties. That's not allowed. No, they're not going to do that. You know exactly why you got banned. Quit acting fucking stupid. You know why you got banned. You know why you got that. Quit saying that you don't know why. Some people, you can literally go on YouTube to one of their, clip channels, and you can literally click on any of them and see why they got banned. Oh, wow. Doing that. Like, for example, the Shy Lily clip when she got banned, and she was saying the same shit as a matter of fact. I don't understand why I got banned, and the same words that I just said came out of her fucking mouth. And I went to YouTube and I clicked on it, and the only thing I seen was her shoving a watermelon between her titties and between her legs, straight through. That was the first clip that I seen, and it's like, no fucking wonder you got banned. But I was like, maybe that's just something she did on the side. I clicked on the next clip, and she was literally lifting up her fucking skirt and shit, showing her panties and farting into the fucking mic. And I'm like, really? You really don't know how you got banned, you stupid bitch? Like, really? Really? This is where we're at right now. Really don't know why you got banned. And because she's an influencer, she influenced people, and people actually joined her side and was like, I don't understand how you got banned either. But then there were also people who actually know that this shit was going to happen eventually that actually didn't help her. And I was surprised. That were just like, you really didn't know how you got banned. Like, really, Lily? Really? You really didn't know how you get banned. All the stupid shit that you do. Shit stacks up. You might not have got banned for something you did the same day, but I guarantee you some reports and shit. Because all it takes is one person and your entire audience. Maybe you talk to them the wrong way or something. All it takes is one person to report your stream and say that they were offended. And if it breaks terms of service, guess what? You can get banned. So how are you to know that Twitch wasn't just enforcing one of their viewers' things? Somebody got mad at you because you said something rude or something, again, something they didn't like or something they didn't agree with, and they reported you when you did something that was against terms of service. Shoving watermelon places, farting into the mic and shit like that. Maybe they just reported you for that shit. And Twitch is like, yeah. I mean, we kind of knew she was going to offend somebody someday. All right, send it. And then they full sent on you. The worst thing about it is, I don't think she ever apologized. She stood up saying that she didn't deserve the ban and all of this other shit, and she wanted to know why. But I don't think she ever apologized for her behavior or showed any type of remorse. In fact, I'm pretty sure she said that she's going to stay on that line. She's just going to be careful not to cross it, which means it's going to happen again in the future. So, remorseless. 110% remorseless. Never apologize, at least that I've seen. Never apologized, never did anything. And most of them never apologize for their actions, unless it's something heinous. And it's like, how hard is it to just say, I'm sorry, my bad, and actually, halfway mean it, and then move on. Put the ban appeal in, say that you're not mad at Twitch and you understand why you got banned. You were getting a little bit out of control, and you'll try to do better in the future. Show some remorse. How hard is it to just say that shit and continue on streaming? It gives you so many brownie points in the future. Instead of just bad mouthing the company and shit and saying that you're going to break your contract and go to another company. I would have took that as terms of termination and been like, oh, she said she's resigning and going to YouTube, so fuck it. Even when she was banned, she went and streamed on YouTube. I would treat that as a violation of contract. And I would have been like, you no longer work for us. You're gonna get pissed off at me and go work at another place? Well, have fun working at another place. You're done. And I would pressure the absolute hell out of her. Like, if you want to come back, you're gonna you're gonna follow our rules. You want to stay here, you follow my rules. And play that dad card. Like, we are not here to support you. We have lots of other people on our platform doing the same shit that you're doing. We ain't here to support you. If you want to act like you have some goddamn sense, how was that coming out of one but not the other? I guess none of that's overflow, huh? Like, when you want to actually act like you got some goddamn sense, then we can talk about shit. But until then, don't come back. Again, 1% of their total profits Twitch. They don't give a shit. And they shouldn't. But that's what happens to streamers, is they become complacent and they get that attitude of, this is my channel, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do with my channel, and nobody can stop me because I'm hugely popular. I'll just use my prestige to push through whatever I need to push through. And then people say, prestige, funny. I think I'm gonna put you in your place. And they go, what? How was he able to do that? I don't understand. I thought I was more important. Then they say, nah, we can always find somebody that's better. You're replaceable. And they go, what? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I fucking love it when people get put in their fucking place that deserve it, honestly. It makes me happy. Ah, let's see what I did. It really does. Either way, I'm at 2304. We're more than halfway there. We're on the downslope now. I'm still only putting out like, what did I say? 3 a minute, 2 a minute, 3 a minute, some shit like that. But that shit's adding up. I mean, we're only 3 hours in, and we've gotten a whole like what 500 out, maybe something like that, maybe a little less. I'm happy about it, is what I'm basically trying to say. That explains why that shit never clogged up, because I had one machine not working, two machines possibly. That's even more cable going into them. I mean, if we look at the final end here, it's almost full flow. I need like 10 more cable to be pushed down this line. That's an illusion and a half, because it's on a bend. If I had like 10 more machines pushing out cable, we'd probably never have to worry about it anymore. Well, not even 10 machines. If I had 10 more cable on the line at all times. So I guess it would be one more cable machine. It would be just straight gold. So now that this machine is starting to fill up, this machine ain't getting any love actually. I wonder why I don't know why. I never did this. Right in between these two, which I guess I could have just put the thing down instead of deleting that. Hang on. Actually, can I put down another smart splitter? I can. So right in between these, I needed to put a smart splitter. And on this, I wanted to put this to overflow. Now what that's going to do is it's going to stop all of this excess that's been making it through and going to that line. It's going to stop it from going that way. And it's going to force it to stay in this line here. Now all of these should start filling up. This line, unfortunately, is going to be kind of in a pinch until this line fills up. When this line fills up, that'll start backing up ever so slightly, which will make more things go down this line over here and go this way. This line had to fill up first. Now that that's there, and nothing should be passing through that, things should be going a lot better. Now the excess that isn't going there should start filling up. these machines, and then filling up this machine, and filling up this machine. I have too many machines on this one line. But I guess it's about the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it's about the same. So this machine seems to be clogged up now. That machine's clogged up now. These are the two that is hooked onto this end little splitter here. Now everything is going beyond that. That lag is going past that and getting sent into that machine and that machine. So now these two machines should start storing, which they are. Once they fill up, it'll go back to this one, which I don't even think is connected to anything. It's not. You're just holding extra resources for no reason. There we go. Oh. Oh. I see. Ah. Oh no. I don't think I'm gonna fix it because I don't think it matters in the long run, but I could increase the delivery time. Well, to be honest with you, I should. Hang on. If I do that, that makes that shit so much simpler. Like this one's going all the way the fuck down there. It doesn't need to. So this one's doing those two. This one should be doing those two. And then this one should be doing again, this could be done faster if I just do that like that. Now that my delivery ain't so fucked up, shits can actually fill up properly. Yeah, yeah, Hell yeah, I'll take free food. Ain't gotta ask me twice. Fuck around and end stream for that shit. Alright. Hmm. Everything's being fed evenly now. um. Oh boy. I forgot I haven't hooked another machine, have I? I'm like, I need more of this. Then make more of that, son. I'm not gonna keep it too cute, though. Actually, I need like a lot more of that. Can only activate, I should only activate one at a time, but I do have a large amount of, from those over there that I hooked up. That's 369, 120 more copper ingots getting pushed out per second, so it should be able to handle me hooking up too. Don't mind me while I eat some grub. So that's another 60 going down the line, which means more is going to be going back here. Which is the good thing about adding shit to the back line is because it's going to make that shit clog up more and make shit more shit go this. Well, it'll make shit go both ways faster, but it'll pull one off of that one and it'll send one this way, one that way, one this way, one that way, the one this way. This way is obviously going to get more because it has more machines in front of it, but from this back line, one will go that way, one will go that way, one will go that way. What we want is we want to see all of these beginning machines to clog up. Once they get clogged up, all of the rest is going to go through this back area, and then we're going to have these machines start to clog up. But until then, there's not really much we can do. I do notice that our cable's backing up. Well, nah, I guess it's not backing up, it's just that line. Oh god. Hmm. I can't make another smart splitter, can I? No. I would like to put something here and send the overflow. Well, never mind. That bitch is just full of fucking cable now, huh? Huh. Not full enough to where all of these lines and shit are backing up yet. Machines aren't storing. But it is like basically always constantly in a slow flow. So I think I've done enough that I needed to do. The whole point of that entire situation was to make it to where all of my machines over here. Goddamn space elevator. Was getting overflow. Nope. Oh, that's a programmable one. Hmm. Nah, it's still being used places. It is starting to fill up another machine, so we're good. At least the overflow's going somewhere. Alright, so it's overflowing those first. Alright. Well, this will be the last machine on the line that has the overflow. So as soon as this starts feeding, I now know that I have enough cable going down this line. Even though I'm pretty sure I could get away with just flipping that over to any and just having all of this extra cable that keeps cycling around go to something. But I like the semi-factorio system to where I can constantly have resources going around something that, needs it at all times. It's not just going there and then clogging up and then going all the way back and staying still. It's a constant flow, a constant movement around there. That's kind of what I like to see, because I now know that cables are constantly being used, constantly being produced. That is kind of what I like to see in my facilities. I hate seeing shit just clogged up and not moving like this shit. Ain't doing nothing but just sitting there. I hate seeing that shit. I hate seeing empty ass conveyor belts and shit, delivering a source or two every once in a while as well. I hate seeing that shit too, because that means that I could probably merge this empty ass line with that empty ass line and send more down wherever it hell it needs to go. Two separate lines. That line's the one I'm talking about. This line hooks into the bottom there, which is already clogged the hell up. So it's not even doing much. I can actually make this faster, and I think I will by just putting a merger here. Pop that line off like so. And then reconnect it wherever the fuck it went. I don't know which one it is, because it'll stop sending shit through. Oh, that was just my extra line that I put off of that. Yeah, that's just an extra line that was already coming off of that, yeah. Oh, alright. Don't mind me. There we go. It allows that to not clog up as much anymore. Because now we're putting ingots down the line where it needs to go, down that way. I can do that again for another line that needs, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we're good from then on out. Those are going to machines, so obviously there's going to be some cloggage with that much flow. Well, I don't want them to clip inside of each other, though. That's the problem. Fuck it. We'll see if it'll allow me to do this right. I mean, they're both going straight, so I don't see it being a huge deal. Oops. Hit my damn computer case. That will allow that to at least constantly flow from there where it's all stacking up at to there. So that's going to give that a significantly more amount of flow. I'm actually going to go one farther here. And I'm going to pull a line here for this side because I have all of these machines basically starting to clog up and shit too. And I'm going to give it continuous flow here too. Obviously I have more flow coming from different areas, but if I can empty the majority of these lines so these machines ain't just over here storing up copper non-stop. There, now that entire line is free and nothing's storing up anymore. That's looking a lot better because now we have more flow going down that way. That looks like it's perfect. I was going to take that other line and shove it in there too, but I don't think it needs. It's like barely. Nope, that line's clogged up. Ain't sending it there either. Well, it looks like it can probably, maybe take another line to it. It might be able to take another line. We'll find out. I can always just delete it if it does happen. Ah, well, apparently it don't actually need that. I put down the splitter. It ate up like 9 of the copper ingots, and that line just instantly opened up. Alrighty then. This is interesting. Why are they storing cable? The hell? These are even. Those are even. Oh no, those are ingots, not cable. Third is wait, yeah. Because your cycle time, no, 2 seconds. Cycle time of 4 seconds. Why are you storing up wire? You should be perfectly even. You have 2 lines going into 1 and 2. Neither one of these are overclocked. I guess it had wire in it before because it's going to 162 and back down to 160. I have no fucking idea. Whatever. Don't question it. We're almost there. Cable's slowly starting back up, but it's not good enough yet. They are starting to store in machines and shit though. So I guess I am gonna go set the other machines to any maybe. Well, no, I guess they probably are filling up now. They're probably done. And that's probably why it's backloading them. That space elevator's a bane in my arms. See how far along these guys are. Seems to be holding at 22 wire. Seems to be holding at 32. Hmm. I'm about to eat some more of my food. So I'm just gonna set this to any for now. And let's just see what happens. I'll be back. Well, I'll be here, but I'll be back. Alright, so this is gonna be a split stream because, well, I'm not gonna be doing anything but eating, and I have a lot of videos to catch up on. So I'm going to end stream, monitor this shit in the meantime, while also watching YouTube videos. Shit. But I will be back. I just want to eat my food, catch up on some videos. It'll probably be a couple of hours, I ain't gonna lie. But I should be back for like a catch-up stream, just to show how far we've gotten. Now, it might not be till like 6 hours from now. It might be a couple of hours. I have no idea. But regardless, I should definitely be back for a catch-up stream, so look forward to it.